Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be installing the Kies Motorsports charge pipes for the S55. So he has his own now, and you can see here by the logo. So he had his own set made, and just by looking at them, I ended up looking at them already off camera, and I can say that the quality is really there. The powder coating or the finish is really nice. It's a gloss black, so you can't go wrong with it. It'll look nice in any engine bay. So it's it gives you that little pop while still keeping a clean OEM finish. He did send a JH pipe, which I'm not gonna be installing in this video. That's actually gonna be for a future install, because I'm probably gonna end up having to get a cooler, because you guys know that the S55 ones are eventually known for leaking. So we're gonna have to upgrade that down the road. But for now, these are a must. I'm surprised that I waited this long. It's been a year. I had an issue with my two 335s that I had in the past. Both ended up cracking on me on stock boost. So even if you're not tuned, don't think that you guys are gonna be okay just because you're fully stocked. They do they do crack over time. And it's one of those things where you don't know if it's gonna crack at 60,000 miles or 80,000 miles or maybe even 40,000 miles. So get it replaced as soon as you can. I kind of gambled with the stock charge pipes once again for another year. Like, I've had this car for almost a year now, and we're finally getting them replaced. So get yourself one of these. Well, get yourself some upgraded charge pipes that are made out of aluminum. I'll have these linked down below for you guys. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the install. I'm not gonna show you guys a fully detailed. I'm just kind of going to walk you guys through on what I'm doing. And then I will have Brian's video linked down below so you guys can get an idea or know how to do a full install. All right, so what I'm gonna be doing first is I'm gonna be removing these two plastic pieces. And then once I remove those, I will have access to the bolts that are over here, which are gonna be used to removing the strut brace, which we have two 13s over here. And then I believe we have some 13s over here as well. And then once we get that out, we're gonna be removing the intake so we can have access to the charge pipe. And obviously we gotta remove the engine cover as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get to work right now. Like I said, if you guys wanna see a full on detail, check out Brian's video. So there was three 13s over here, one over here, two in the front. So 3 on each side, 2 in the front, and then there was a 10mm that was over here. Also, there's a little pin here that's kind of hidden for you to be able to lift this up to get it out of the way. All right, so now that the engine cover is off, we're gonna go ahead and remove the intake, and then we should have access to the charge pipes. If you guys don't want to use a flathead, I am going to be using a 1/4" socket. I know a flathead works just fine, but I find it easier sometimes that a socket works a little bit quicker. Normally when you order a charge pipe kit for your car, you have to use your factory rubber gasket or your O-ring, or you just buy a new one. But with this one, you actually get 2 new ones, so you can go ahead and just put these in here, and then you don't have to worry about taking your factory ones and then reusing these. So we're gonna go ahead and slide these in there. There we go. Let's go ahead and do the other one. Cool. Now we're ready to install these.
Please now, turn it over for the second side. The second side.
Alright guys, so after a little bit of struggling, and the reason why I didn't record this was because I was getting a little frustrated. So Brian, the way that he did it, he had the coupler on the charge pipe itself, and then he pushed the charge pipe into the cooler. So I was trying to do that. I was trying to get the coupler to slide into the cooler, and it just wasn't budging at all. I kept pushing and pushing, and it wasn't moving. So the coupler, you know, it's gonna hold good. That's one thing about it. But eventually it kind of just sparked me the idea of putting the coupler on first, tightening it up, and then putting the pipe in, lining it up in there, or just kind of getting it inside there. And then you get that end of the pipe and you push it into the coupler. That way you know that the coupler is as far as it'll go, and then it's just a matter of adjusting the pipe to fit the rest of the setup. So I was able to line up the pipe onto the turbo, so if I needed to pull it out a little bit, I was able to without the coupler moving on that end. So since that one was tied up already, I was able to adjust this to however I needed to get this to fit. So once I got the bolt threaded on there, it's got a little bit, it's kind of dark, but anyways, once I got that started, I was able to go ahead and tighten it up, and then just kind of messed with it until it was going in. And then I just took a 8mm open end wrench and ended up tightening that bolt down there. And then once that was tightened up, I came up here and tightened up this clamp up here. So everything is good to go now. Now I just got to do this part, which hopefully should be a lot easier now that I know how to adjust if I run into the same issue over there. So here we have two bolts. These are the stock bolts, and these are the ones that the charge pipe comes with. So these are included, so you can use them instead of these. And I completely forgot about these, and I realized that these work as well, but I'm assuming it's just maybe it's easier to use these than this. I'm actually gonna go back and take these out and put these back in. So luckily I caught it in time before I put everything back together, but it's the same length and everything. It's just without this little piece, it makes it easier for you to just go ahead and thread this one in if you're having issues mounting these. So this is very convenient as well, because on the other charge pipe installs, you're having to adjust this that way so this can actually go in all the way. So this is just gonna make it easier for you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and install these now. All right, here we have the new bolts. One there and the other one over there. So instead of you using the 8mm open end wrench for the stock bolts, you can use a size 5 Allen key and tighten those up. Same process, but it just makes it a little bit easier if you're able to get this pipe in all the way. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that I wasn't able to get the pipe in for some reason. Maybe it was just me. I wasn't able to get it in there all the way. But by me tightening up the bolts little by little, and it wasn't like forcefully tightening, it was just going in steady. I don't know if this is how the process is, but it worked out for me. I was able to tighten up the bolt and get it to sit flush, so everything is on there sturdy and it's not gonna go anywhere. And now it's got my fingerprints, so I gotta clean it again. But everything is good to go, and now I just gotta put everything back together, and we should be done with this setup. Look at these, they look so good. A lot better than that plastic one. So now that we have everything put back together, we have the strut brace back on there, the intake is back on there, and now I got to go back and tighten all the bolts for the strut bar, strut brace, whatever you guys call it. We're going to be doing 22 Newton meters, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. And then last thing would be to just place those two plastic covers and the engine cover, which we'll talk about that in just a little bit. So guys, one thing that I wanted to mention that you guys get with the Kies Motorsport charge pipe is this little piece for your engine cover. So normally we have these black little knobs or nipples, whatever you guys want to call them, and you're going to end up leaving all of them on there except the one that's back here in between the charge pipes. So what I'm going to be doing is taking this out. I already started it, so I was using a 13 long socket, and then all you got to do is just unscrew it. We're going to go ahead and take this out. So it comes out just like that. And then this is the new piece, so you can tell that it's a little bit longer. Engine cover was sitting on there, it was sitting flat over here, but because the charge pipes are rounded, it was lifting it up, it was pushing it up, so it had like a little flapping motion. So this is going to fix that problem, and we're going to go ahead and screw that back on there. Alright guys, so you saw that I ended up dropping that little bolt. So that's one thing that you guys do not want to do, which is going to lead me to having to finish this off camera. So you guys get the idea. That's where the bolt goes. Obviously this was a stupid mistake. I thought it was going in, but I guess it wasn't, or maybe I was twisting it the wrong way. I have no idea what happened, but that's where it goes, and then that's gonna hold your engine cover secure in place so it doesn't be moving around like left to right. So once you get that twisted on there, you just snap on your engine cover and you'll be good to go. So here we have the Kies Motorsport charge pipe. Alright guys, so I just got the bolt that I dropped down there. I got it out. So we have it right here, but I wasn't able to get it on there. So I don't know, maybe it was just my issue trying to get that on there, but I mean, I got the valve cover, the engine cover on there, so it's not gonna go anywhere. It's being held by this one, 1, 2, and 3, so it's on there secure. I don't think you really need that one over there. Obviously, it would come in handy, and I might try to figure it out later on. But for the purpose of this video, if you get this kit, you're probably gonna be able to figure out how to get it on there. You should. I don't see why not, because the threads are pretty similar, but I gotta figure that one out. So I'm not sure what's going on at the moment, but either way, highly recommend this kit. Perfect fit on the important things, so big thumbs up. So with all that being said, I want to give Kies a big thank you for sending these out. So with his setup, you get the charge pipes, the J pipe, the O-ring gaskets for the charge pipes. You also get the little extra bolt for your engine cover, which is gonna hold it in place. I hate that I can't show it to you guys, but yeah, you get obviously all the clamps, the silicone couplers, everything that you need for the install. It all comes with the kit, and the fitment was perfect, so I had no issues with it. And this is my first time installing this, so I was taking my time, making sure that I was doing things right, going back and double checking everything. So the first time doing an install for the S55, this is something that you guys do not want to skip out on. So even if your car is stock, I highly recommend you get a set of the aluminum charge pipes, because you do not want to be stranded. You do not want to crack a charge pipe like being far away from home, because then you're gonna have to get your car towed. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.